That's when I would ease off. I would pace them. I'd meet them where they are. Say, Dave, I understand. I get it. I'm not asking you to commit now. Go ahead and think about it overnight. I'm sure you'll discover all the reasons that we really are a good fit for you. I'll call you on Friday to get your yes answer. Something like that. Does that make sense to everyone? That's your first eliminate resistance technique. Next one is this. Allowing people the freedom to resist reduces the desire to do so. For those of you that have teenage kids, what happens the more you press on them? What do? They rebel back even more, right? So the more that you push on them, the more that they rebel. So the more leeway that you give people to resist, the more likely they are not to resist. So this is what I say. This is a little bit advanced. But do you intuitively know when you've got a client that's hard to deal with? You push, they push back, right? This is what I would say. You're nodding your head. What's your name?
Brian.
Brian. Brian, this is what I'd say. Brian, you might not agree with this decision at first, but the more you think about it, the more sense it will probably make to you. Instead of me just trying to get you to do something, I say this. You might not agree at first, which means I'm giving him permission to resist. By giving him permission to resist means he's less likely to now resist. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'm not telling you you have to use this technique now. The more you think about it, the more sense it might make for you later. Many times if I've got somebody that I know is very internally referenced, people are either predominantly, we can't go into it today, it's in the full program, predominantly internally or externally referenced. Who remembers what that means that's been through the program? Anyone? Bueller? Yes?
An external reference person will ask, or maybe want to read up on something or ask for somebody else's opinion.
Very good. External people make their decisions based upon external criteria. Internally referenced people, like myself, make my decisions based upon my own internal criteria. I'll just see a movie trailer and know I want to see it. An externally referenced person will have to read reviews first. If I know that I'm dealing with an internally referenced person, this is what I'll say. What's your name, by the way?
Carlos.
Carlos. I'll say, Carlos, this is what I would do, blah, 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 but you can do what you want. That way I'm planting this suggestion, but then giving him permission to do what he wants, which then pulls him back my direction. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Everyone? Everyone in the room? Yes? Makes sense? Okay. Do you see ways you can use this on a daily basis? If not, let me know. That's why we're here. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. Remember that first one, that first letter from Andrea that said, I've been dealing with this person who has the opinion, they know it all, etc. I couldn't get on, I said 5 words and I completely diffused them was pretty much her message. Okay? She used this technique, it's called assumption of identity. Kenny, if I mention we're in a social setting, I just know you by your name tag. If I mention a social setting, I said, you seem like a really nice guy. Would you argue back and say, no, I'm not? How the hell? Don't tell me I'm not a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy. No. You probably think, I'm a nice guy. Wouldn't you? People tend to stick to the identities you give them. Okay? So if you said, you know what? You remind me of the client that I worked with in the past. She was a really smart lady and made great decisions. Are you going to argue? Say, oh, no, a buckethead. I don't make great decisions. You don't argue, do you? So when I say, you remind me of someone that I worked with in the past, they were sharp, they made quick decisions, they made good decisions.